Oh my eye, what's going on? We live? We live? We live? We're streaming? Checking the phone. We're live. Here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to another Webflow workshop. I am your host, Nelson. Thank you for joining me for episode number 96, where we're going to rebuild the Apple iPhone X landing page. Now, if this is your first time being here in the live chat room, thank you for joining me. If you're watching a recording of this stream happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And we do all sorts of things, like sometimes we interview the people at Webflow HQ. We do rebuilds of popular landing pages and websites. And we also give you some tips and tricks on how to use Webflow more effectively. And in this episode, like I mentioned, we're going to rebuild the iPhone iPhone X landing page that is really beautiful. And how we set it up is we do a breakdown, a visual breakdown of the actual real site or a real page. And then we try to rebuild it from scratch inside of Webflow, all without using code. And if we do use code, it's probably something minimal or something like that, but we try to do it all within Webflow. And after that, we take some questions and we also review some of the sites you're already working on inside of Webflow. And yeah, we just go from there. So we just have fun. We learn a lot about web design and Webflow and, see some cool stuff happen. All right, without further ado, again, thank you to everyone who's in the live chat room right now. Let's go here. All right, so visual breakdown. Oh my god, what's wrong with my eye? Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, this is the iPhone X landing page. Now, from what you can see here, it seems like there's a background video that's looping right here inside of this X. Now, what they really did was they just had like a transparent SVG or PNG overlaid on top of a background video. Okay? And as you scroll down, the X gets bigger, as well as the background video. They both zoom in. And then once the X gets to the very top and bottom of the page, the background video and the iPhone itself starts to zoom out. And once it's done zooming out, it starts to scroll up. Okay? Now, we can try to do this with interactions. We can kind of fake it, but we'll see how close we can get with interactions to do this, okay? And then we'll scroll down and we have a video that we can easily put like a lightbox video or something like that, but I think we'll skip that. And then we go to some of the cool stuff, like the image, a huge image that goes all the way to the right, but you don't have a horizontal scroll, which is good. And then you have a nice beauty shot of the phone and some details. So all in all, it seems super simple to do. It's very clean, but as with everything, simple is really hard to do. Okay, or making something simple is really hard to do. So what I'm gonna do is try to rebuild this whole thing up to this point right here, because if you keep scrolling on this page is long, and we would be here longer than 2 hours. I mean, it just keeps going. There, right there. So yeah, we're just gonna do the first 5 rows, okay? Because like after you learn the first 5, you notice it's just the same thing over and over. It's repeating itself. It has a big beauty shot and then some text, probably a call to action, and so it's all the same. All right? So, you guys excited? Shall we get to this? One thing that's going to be hard is this. You know, this part. Now, you know that Webflow doesn't have any scrolling interactions. Only like a scroll. We have a scroll interaction, but that only happens if you're within an element. We don't have like a page scrolling where you can, dictate where to go. I mean, where you dictate how it's going to happen. So let's go right into it and try to make it happen. All right. So first thing I did was, if I go to project settings real quick, I always like to start out before I start the stream is put the relevant fonts. So Apple has their own font called San Francisco, and I did a Google search, what's the closest thing to San Francisco, and Google said Roboto. So I'm using the Google font Roboto, and I added it here in the fonts panel. I'm going to go back to designer. And then also, I like to make sure that my color swatches are ready to go. And I noticed that they only have 4. And let me go back to the live site. So if you notice, I'm going to scroll down here. Where is it? If you notice, this row right here, this content, the copy. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can try to do that. Where there's like an overlay or something that sets the opacity from 0 to 100. And I looked at the color that they're using, and it's this right here. It's black, but 30% opacity. Let me delete that real quick. Okay. All right, so I got those 4 colors. So it's that black with opacity 30, they're gray, and then they're black, which they're using 111, and then their own blue. All right, cool. And then, what else did I set up? Oh yeah, of course, I always put all the assets in. So I downloaded some of their JPEGs, PNGs, SVGs. So we're good to go. With everything set up, it's just like putting Legos together. It's the way you put it together that makes it fun, right? You have everything on the floor, well, on a table, and time to put it together. All right, let me pull up Apple on my laptop. And let's get to work. So first thing I want to do is let's make a hero section. So I'm dragging in a section. I'm going to call it hero. And because I don't want this interaction to happen right away, let's set the height to something like crazy, like 5,000, right? And then at the bottom of this, I'm going to put this content. I'm going to put this content right here. Okay, so let me copy this. And make it flex, and it's going to be vertical, set to bottom, and centered. All right, so let me scroll all the way to the bottom and put in an H1. All right, iPhone X, and it's probably like, I don't know, it's huge text. Okay. And let's remove this margin top and make this like, let me see here, probably like 20. I'm just eyeballing everything in paragraph. Oh, it's too wide. Let's fix that. I'm gonna put a div block inside of here so I can wrap all my stuff inside of it. So I'm gonna call it hero content, and I'm gonna center everything. And I'll make the max width 750. There we go. Much better. Let's get the margin, let's say like, do something crazy like 1,000. Yeah. So when I scroll up, it goes away. Let's do 500. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so what's this text? Let's copy that, paste it in here, make this hero P for paragraph. Webflow forgot to make the body font Roboto. Thank you. Going back to my body tag. And set this on all pages. Thank you so much, Spencer. You're always on the ball. You're always catching stuff. Thank you. Alright, so there we go. Roboto. And let's make this. This one's kind of probably like bold. Right? And this one's big, but not as big as the H1. A little bit bigger. Something like that. Yep. Alright. And let me scroll down. Okay, so this hero P, probably like 25 on the margin bottom. And we can put some text. And this text will say the pre-order date. Let's add some spaces. So what I can do is I can hold shift and press space to put some non-breaking spaces if I want. And let's call this dates, so we can give it a color of gray. Make this a little bit big, and it's not bold, so we can make this like 20 and 26. There we go. And then let's just put one more piece of text, but we're not going to do the links. We're just going to go really fast with this. Say 25. This one will say, watch the keynote. Actually, yeah, I can put two links together. What the hey? Let's do that. Text link. This one's going to say, watch the keynote. Inline link. And let's make it display inline block. So I can take out the underline and change it to their blue. This should be the same. Looks like a little bit bigger than the dates. So I'm going to do it like that. And let's push this away. Let's say 15 on each side. So that way I can just copy paste this. Watch the film. Okay, cool. So hero content done. Now, that hard part. Let's get to it. This thing. So how I practiced this over the weekend was I placed a div block. Right? And this div block, I'm going to call it iPhone wrapper. And this is going to hold both that background looping video and the actual hardware that's like the border around the background video, because they're not the same. They're not part of the same thing. Okay, let me show you. This iPhone wrapper, we're going to fix it. Set it to full. And let's make sure that the Z index is 1. And the children of this will be centered horizontally and vertically using Flexbox. And inside of this, we're going to drag in a background video. Upload the video. We're going to get the video that I downloaded off of the Apple website. And as this is happening, I'm just going to keep going, because as you can see here, PS, you can keep designing. So while it's uploading and transcoding the video, we can just keep going to it. Let's see here. What else did I want to do? Oh, there it goes. So notice how it's like really long, okay? So if I go here, that's all it is. There's no iPhone hardware around it. So if let's go to the regular site real quick. So when I was breaking it down over the weekend, it's just this. This part right here is just a PNG with the transparency in the middle. So yeah, that's what they did. Little bit of trickery there. Okay, so let's hero video. Let's call it hero video. And what I learned is that what's the size? 724, I think. 1 for 4. Okay. All right. So it's huge. It's going way beyond our canvas, and that's fine. That's what we want, because like what Apple likes to do is blow up big assets and then scale them down. Okay, and that's what we're gonna do with the iPhone wrapper. So let's go ahead and put the actual hardware. So I'm gonna call this iPhone hardware, and I'm gonna overlay this using position absolute. Is this inside the... Okay, cool. That's what I want. Let me double check this. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use position absolute. And let's go ahead and I'm going to... Let's see here. Oh yeah, the background is going to be actual hardware right there. I'm going to set it to cover, centered, no tile. In the width, I'm going to say 128 and 1448. So I set it to 4 pixels taller and wider, so that way there's not really any edges showing on the background video. All right, so now, if you think about it, this is the first state. This is what the actual background video looks like when you're looking at on the live side. It's already zoomed in. Well, it's not really zoomed in until you get here. Yeah, so let's zoom out a bit with the scale. Okay, so we're going to scale it down. I'm at the iPhone wrapper, transforms, and I'm going to scale it down just to see what it looks like. So probably something like this. Let's go to like 0.7. All right, that seems to do it. All right, now on top of all of this, we need the X. So I'm going to drag in another div block, and we're going to call this X. Gonna give it to you. And then fixed, set to full and z-index 2 because I want that on top of everything else. And the background is going to be the X, cover, centered, no tile. And look at that. We kind of made it look like it. Oh, look at these edges. So maybe I should scale the iPhone wrapper a little bit less. Scale it down a little bit less. Let's go to 8.8. There we go. So yeah, we're almost there, right? Okay, now let's see if we can do that scroll interaction. So scroll trigger, okay? Just like comment said in the live chat, we don't have scroll interactions, we have scroll trigger. That's correct. So I'm going to select my hero, go to interactions, and we're going to call this hero scroll. All right, and then the trigger is scroll, and the different element, say the X, okay? And let's say when I scroll into view, say by 20%, the X is going to scale to something massive like 5. And it's going to take 500 milliseconds, okay? And also, let's go ahead and set the opacity to 0. 500 milliseconds. And done. Actually, let's preview that. Yeah, that's what I want. Oops. Now let's add another scroll interaction at the same offset. And this is going to affect the iPhone wrapper. Oop, not the hardware. The iPhone wrapper. Okay, and this transform, we're going to do 3 steps. We're going to scale it down to 0.4. Actually, 3.375. Make sure that's 500 milliseconds. And then after that, we're going to do a wait timer of 500 milliseconds. And then I want this guy to move up by negative 100%. That should take 500 milliseconds, and opacity to 0, 500 milliseconds. So we're doing 3 steps, and we're kind of faking it. So this is what I mean by faking it. Watch. So let's preview what we just did. Okay, my trigger is happening way too fast. Maybe you should, not 20. What should it be? Oh, okay. Let's try 60. Because I don't want it to happen right away. Why are you happening right away? Okay, let's try one more time. One more thing I can try. What did I do? Oh, let's try to add a top margin of 1,000 and see what happens. Okay, cool. It's not happening. Now I scroll down. So it's kind of fake. But we'll get there. Let's see here. I think I did, when I was practicing, I put 1,000 as well at the bottom so I can see my text. Let's try it one more time. Yeah. So, kind of happens. Kind of. Let's see here. There we go. So, kind of, but you know what? Let's just keep pushing on, and we can refine that later. Okay, we'll refine that later. Let's keep pushing on to the next row. All right, so the next row, super simple. 2 lines of text, and then a big beauty shot of the product. So let's go ahead and turn these off for now, so we don't see them on the stage, on the canvas, and just keep moving on. We're on the hero. let's set this like 5ness. Yep. Oh, and also, yeah, Vlad, our CEO, is in the is in the live chat room. Hi, Vlad. All right. So this part right here, it's like an off-white. So I'm guessing it's F7. Wait, let me find the. Let me quickly find the color with my eyedropper real quick. Forgot to get this color. Oh, it's FA. All right, got it. So our next section, let's put in a new section right here. And this section, you can call it section, and at the top it has like 150 pixels at the top for padding. And then we're gonna call this one gray because this one's the off-white background color. So FA, FA, FA. Okay, and how come I can't see? Hold on real quick. All right, let's see why it's not showing up, but let's just keep putting in content. This section right here, what do we need? We need a container. Wow, where is, I'm not seeing my work. Hello? Maybe it's this guy right here. I did something crazy. Huh. There it is. That was strange. And now it's gone. No! That was weird that I clicked on it and then it's gone. Where are you now? See, it's right there. If I click on it, it goes away. Stay. It goes away. So weird. All right, we'll fix this, guys. We'll fix this. Let me see if I remove this. It comes back. Let's see if I can put the body has 1,000. That. Okay, so this is the problem right here. The problem child. We'll keep going. Vlad says undo. Yeah. We'll figure it out. All right, so we'll call this center, this container center, because I want all the text to align center, all the inline stuff to be center. This one is going to be a H2. This one is design and display. Copy paste, so we have a new line, and this one is it's all screen. Oops, all screen. And this one should be H3 because it's smaller. And let's take out the already applied margins. I like to have full control over that. This one will be margin 20. All right, so this one, it's funny. This one should actually be smaller, huh? Yeah, so let's set this one to like 24 and 32. Oh no, 30. And this one is going to be bigger, even though it's an H3. Yeah, so like 30, 54. There you go, 60, and actually that one should be 15. Oh, okay, because of this guy right here. There we go. Cool. And let's go ahead and how did I do this before? Oh, okay. So let me put another div block, and this div block is going to have the background image of the beauty shot. So we're going to say we're going to call this screen. This is the iPhone screen. Make it more specific. iPhone screen. So that's the class name, and this iPhone screen, I forgot what's the size of this. Hold on real quick. It's like something crazy like 2400. They like to use big numbers. Oh, there we go. Okay, so design hero large. Is that the one? Yep, that's the one. All right. So this one is 1785. So we're going to use that. So let's go ahead and see here. Okay, the background is going to be that one. And let's just use the full size. No, none of that high DPI stuff. All right. And now we don't want it to just stop there. We want it to keep going. And so the height of this is 762. So 1785 762. Do we have any? You have a scroll happening. How did I get that going before? Yeah. I was able to make that work where it doesn't have a horizontal scroll. Let's see here. It's centered, and then maybe it's this body right here where I'm supposed to put a oh wow, whoops. What's that height? That's not right. I just, oh, 672. What's wrong with me? Thank you, Mike. There we go. And I don't want that repeating, so let's make sure that doesn't happen. Overflow on the center div. Yeah, if I do overflow on the center div, what's going to happen if I go like this? It's going to cut off. Yeah. It's going to cut that off, but we want it to happen. So what we can do is go to the body and actually do an overflow hidden, but only on the X, which Webflow doesn't have yet. You're going to have to code it yourself. Man, I did this last night. I was like, oh, that's the trick. I know there's a simple trick, but, oh, I have to wrap this. Yeah. Huh? Hold on. I did this before, guys. You know what? I'm going to find it for you guys real quick. Going to go back to my dashboard and actually practice this. I practiced this 5 times. Let's go to iPhone X. Real quick, section, screen wrapper, screen, and then the screen wrapper, I did that, and then the screen, I did that. Okay, going back, I get it. So I was right, I need a screen wrapper. And is a background image or a, uh-oh, which one was I doing? Was it this one? The iPhone X page is about 47,000 pixels high. Beautiful. Wow. All right. So the iPhone screen. Let's see here. Put this in here, and this one. Screen wrapper. Let's try that. 940 centered. Maybe this isn't supposed to... Ugh. I know there was a way. Okay, well, we'll keep going, guys. We'll keep going. Let's put some space at the top. How much space do we got? Probably like 300? Is it? Oof, ugh. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Design, it's all screen. Yeah, something like that. We should make this smaller. Man, oh man. Can I do like 572? Let's make this. There we go. A little bit shorter. It just seemed too tall. All right, we're there. We're there, guys. All right. Next, what are we doing? Okay, interaction. So this interaction right here, super simple. It's just that fade in thing. So I'm gonna call this fade in. And the initial appearance for this is super simple. We're just gonna push it down by like 50 pixels and set the opacity to 0 as its initial appearance. And then as we scroll, when we get to it, say like 30%, the transform is going to go back to the origin at 500 milliseconds, and the opacity is going to go back to 100 at 500 milliseconds. All right? And so when we do that, let's go and preview. See how it just slid up? Now we can do that with this. Fade in, this one. Screen wrapper, fade in. And so let's go ahead and check that out. Yeah. Super simple. All right? Let's move on to the next section. Background position, 100%, 100%. Can you make the inline image width 100% inside the container? Oh, make it an inline image, huh? Uh-huh. Shall we try that? All right. Let's just move on, and I will get back to that one because I want to show you guys even more stuff, okay? I'm going to put this in. And this one is, we're going to give it a class name of section because we want that 150 pixel padding at the top. And hold on, I think it has 150 at the bottom as well. All right. And let's see here. Whoa. Oh, because I set it to... There we go. Right. So next, let's go ahead and put another container. And in this container, we're going to put in... Let's put in two things. One, this is going to be iPhone home screen. Home screen. And their home screen is just an image, a background image. So this is why I have to do it like this. Let's see here. 314. This one is 314. And the height, oh, I missed the height. No, where's my background? The height is 678. All right, and I'm gonna set that position relative, center that guy. And now inside of here, I'm gonna put another div block, and this one is going to have the actual hardware. So we're just overlaying it on top. And let's make that bigger. So this guy is 314, 768. So let's make it bigger. So not 314, but oh wait, position absolute. There we go. Let's say 324. It's like we're constructing our own iPhone. Hey, come on. This image is supposed to be bigger. Oh, the max, none. There we go. Let's see here. Let's see if we can move it around a bit. Something like that. Should we push it up a bit? Not perfect, but let's see what we can do with this. Okay. Something like that. Ugh, the height. Cool. Okay. That one's done. Moving on. So this is the div block. Oh, get that out. This one we're gonna call this iPhone screen home screen hardware. So I know what it is. Is that the one with the back? That's the one with the back. Yeah, I got confused myself. What just happened? Did I just set a background to the image? Oh, okay, iPhone home screen. So that one has the background image. And so I was doing that other thing for no reason. That was weird. Oh, I was playing around with the image. Ah, my bad. Oh well. Alright. Yes, Alex, you can play around with this when I'm done. I like to give read-only links, and you guys can actually clone this site and play around with it yourself. Alright, moving on. Let's put in some content. Alright, so I'm going to play around with Flexbox. Let's go ahead and put the div block and call this one Flex, because right here we're going to need two columns. One for this and one for this. So let's copy this real quick. And this flex, let's push it away something like 100. Yeah, cool. So we got 100 and set it to flexbox. Leave it at horizontal. Put in our first block, and this one we're gonna call it column 1. And this one we're gonna put another div block inside of the same row and call it column 2. And this column 2 we're gonna make it expand, and then this guy right here, we're going to set the basis to something like 20%. So something like that. And then put some text in, Super Retina display. And so all column 1 should be bold. No, it looks like medium. Something like 20, 18? Yeah, like 18 and 24. And then copy that, and we'll put in a paragraph. In this paragraph, we're going to call it, I guess all no, not all paragraphs. We're just going to call it copy. Okay. Set the font to bold. This one should be bigger. There we go. And I think column 1 should have some padding, so it can break. Something like that. And there we go. I think that's it, yeah? Here's theirs, here's mine. Yeah. Seems like this one's more medium instead of bold. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. And now we just repeat, rinse and repeat. Oh, one more thing. See if we can do that overlay. See how that comes in? And really interesting how they did that. Like, it makes sure, like, everything is like white, and you're like, okay, where's the next section start? And you don't actually notice it until you get to this point, and it makes a hard line. Well, that's pretty interesting to me. Can we do that? Let's try it. I'm going to set that section to relative, so I can go ahead and put another overlay. Something like this. Position absolute. Set it to the bottom. And this one is, let's say the height will be like 500. Nope, smaller. Where does it happen? Yeah, it happens like right here, right above the text. So let's make it 300. Cool. And then we'll set it like that, right? But the initial, let's go ahead and start, actually, gray overlay. So let's go ahead and create an interaction where it's like gray overlay. And the initial appearance of this is started at 0. And on the trigger, when you scroll, say 50%, nah, not 50%, let's go like 90%. It 500 milliseconds on opacity going to 100%. And let's see what happens. So we go here, that fades in, that's nice. Oh, I have nothing else under, so I can't really scroll. Let's go ahead and put the, let's just do a copy paste real quick. Okay, there we go. So let's see what happens. Cool, and then we can just do the opposite when we scroll back up. So let me do the opposite real quick. So this scroll trigger at 90, go back to 0, 500. Okay. And it doesn't work. But you know what I mean. I guess I have to play around with the offset for like 10. Yeah. So something like that. Okay? And so the next part is just a repeat. So I just copy and pasted, which is a good thing because now I can just go here and replace this and replace it with an image like this. And there we go. We can just copy paste. Look at that. We're already doing things. Oh. Let me turn this off real quick. Let me turn off all the gray overlays real quick. Put that there. Copy paste. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. These three. Super simple. It's just another copy paste. See how the same layout? So let's go ahead and copy paste that. This section right here, copy paste. Scroll down. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. We need 3 of these. Okay, so it's the same deal that I did up here, where I need to overlay it somehow. Let's just do 1 and see how far we can get. All right. So I'm gonna copy this, paste that in, and this iPhone home. Let's replace it with that woman right there. What happened to the hardware? Oh, because this is a bigger image. Jeez. Dang, Apple. Alright. Let's see here. What if I make this smaller? What happens? Nothing happens. Oh. Nothing happens. What? Oh, I think I messed up. Let's undo all the way back to there. So it's this that I should be changing. So I'm just gonna call this lady and replace that with that one. Now it's fixed. All right, so it's the same thing. We can do 3 of them. Let's see if, can I do 3 of them? What's this, set to, see if I can, 1, 2, 3. All right, so I have 3 of them. So this home screen is strawberry. Strawberry. And let's just go ahead and replace this with strawberry. Okay, and the last one is that a soda pop? We'll just call it bottle. Yep. Bottle. Spell it right. There we go. And let's go ahead and change this. There we go. Now let's see if we can flex this. So I'm going to wrap these all in another div, and I'm going to put them inside of it. There we go. And let's call this one flex and see what happens. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted. almost there. So they're going to overlap each other. They're already overlapping, so that's good. Let's go ahead and fix the order. This phone home screen, this one should be the most top, so we're just going to add a z-index of 3. And, I need a transparency because it's not going to look good. But we're just going to keep going. Again, we're trying to get as close as possible. Of course, within these 2 hours, we can't do the whole thing. But we're going to get as close to it as possible. Cool. And so this flex right here, I can go ahead and set that interaction where it's a fade in. So it does that thing again. We'll do it to this one too. And so there we go. So let's see what we got. Scroll down here. Cool. 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 Let's do the fade in as well on this guy. Home screen. Fade in. Oh, we forgot our gray overlay. Turn those on. There we go. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. That one. That gray overlay is happening too. Boom! Use a percentage border to hide the white edges. I like that. I like that idea. Maybe? iPhone home screen border. Is that possible? What if I do this? Okay, so that's not really happening. But let's try it. I like suggestions from the live chat. You guys really help out. So that happens on that, but it needs to happen on iPhone home. The actual hardware thing. Is that possible on an inline image? Ooh! Look at you with the ideas. Well, Alex, look at you. Thank you for helping out, man. Appreciate it. But you notice how, see this volume rocker or whatever button it is? It kind of goes with the white. But yeah, we're faking it right now, so it's all good. Good job, though. Good catch. Should we do one more row, or should we take a quick break? You guys call it. Actually, I could do that last row. It's really simple. So the row I'm talking about is this. It's just a copy-paste, again. So let's go ahead and do that. It's one image, so I'm thinking I should take this one right here. So it's one image. So let's go ahead and go to this section, copy-paste, bring it to the bottom, and we're going to double-click, replace image, and boom. That was easy. Let's turn off the gray so we can get to our text. All right, so if you have any questions, go ahead and put in the live chat right now. We're going to take a break. And if you're working on anything on Webflow, go ahead and post your webflow.io link in the chat room. And we'll take a once over look. Yeah. So while I'm waiting for those, I'm going to turn everything back on just to see where we're at. Let's turn this X on. iPhone wrapper, turn that to flex, and X gonna give it to you. So close, right? Yeah, that was fun. X gonna give it to you. All right. Questions. Let me scroll up on my chat room, see if I have hello from India. Yay! Who's looking after the child? My wife. She has her 2 top teeth coming in and she's not really happy about it. I need this software. Where to download? Defink already answered it. Yeah. So this is not Webflow is not a standalone desktop app. It's a web app that you use using the Chrome or Safari web browser. And the reason why is because when you're working on a website, you want to see exactly what you're producing. So you're using the same medium as your users would use to look at the stuff you've produced, rather than you using a standalone app that has to produce code and then it shows on a web browser. And so you have to test on a web browser and then go back to the standalone app and see if it worked on a web browser. And so that's not the future. You want it to happen in real time. And everything I'm doing right now is in real time, and it's actively coding. Webflow is actively coding all the HTML and CSS without me having to hand code everything. Everything is visual. All right. Again, the continuous scroll interactions, will that be available in Interactions 2.0, but only scroll triggers are now available? Yes, that is correct. Only scroll triggers are now available. Let's see here. How are you, Nelson? I am fine. Thanks for asking. How are you, Defink? Still work in progress, better than last week. Ah, yeah, leading edge vision. Thank you for coming back. Let's see what you did. Adrian, I think you're the first one. Oh, no, Defink, I think you're the first one. Yeah, bds2.webflow.io, work in progress. Still pretty excited. I'm excited for you. Let's see what you did. Ooh, wow. Photorealistic renderings breathe life into your architectural plans so you can share, sell, and inspire. Bryant Design Studios. Bryant, like one of our co-founders? Is this one of his side gigs? Just kidding. Really nice shot. And I think it's really easy to get shots like that when your client produces stuff like that all the time. So it makes your design look even better, right? I like this. It's very clean. Oh! You're awesome. It says, hey, you're awesome down here. I wonder why you did that, but... Nice. Very clean. Ah, that is typography, man. See, you don't need imagery to make a website look beautiful. You know, if you can get that type hierarchy just right, it makes a world of difference. It's so much cleaner, and oh man, nice shadows. You have some drop shadow happening there, so the button is like popping out just a bit. But it still has that clean look. Oh, I see what you did here. The size of this button is the same thing as the logo. Nice. I wouldn't put this logo again. I mean, I understand branding. You want to continually tell people where they're at, but since the logo is here and is not going away, then you don't really need this here. However, if it's coming from the left, say you had the menu button on the left, right? And you click on it, then maybe you need the logo still there because the menu would be covering the logo. All right? All right, cool. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. Maybe, so if you look at it like this, look at it like that, you got 3 logos happening. Do you really need this one since this one's fixed and you don't really need this one? I just think it's way too much. And right here, you're already calling it out too. It's like, hey, just a reminder, it's a nice bottom border. It really brings everything together. It's the end and it's the brand color. Okay, see, you have the logo here, and then when I scroll, then the logo comes back. Why? Because I want to remind you where you're at, but I don't want to get in the way of the content. And when you get down here, why not have the logo go away again, or not have this logo? Just suggestions. But overall, really, really cool job. And yeah, you guys, Defink is one of our Webflow experts. You should check out his portfolio site. It's pretty cool. All right. Adrian Vassell, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ooh, SVG. Nice. So you did some, I forgot what they call it, line animation or something like that. I like it, I like it. Slider. So I'm guessing, oh, home to the greatest brands and the latest mobile products. So are they a reseller of these things? Brands we work with. Yeah, they're a reseller. Alright. What if the border in the drop shadow was also animated? You know, has a transition. So it's more soft. Rather than that jarring effect of, oh, there's a box. You know? Nice. I like that. Good shot, too. Because it explains the brand. Nice iconography. See how you have an animation where the button kind of moves up and left? Also have an animation with the drop shadows. See if you can add a transition timer to that. Same thing with these. Alright. This one. Cool. Okay. Not sure where these other colors are coming from. It doesn't really explain your brand when you have different colors. I'm going to go here again, and your brand seems very black and white. There's no... The only color I see popping out is that orange. You don't introduce those new colors... Oh, until you get here. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. I get it. And then you're using the colors again. Okay, again, forget what I said. Alright, good job. Good job, Adrian. Let's go one more page. Just is this supposed to go all the way to the edges or like that? I mean, either way, it's cool. Ooh, you got many sliders happening. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of sliders. Oh, sliders galore. Great job. All right, let's move on. What is this guy? Let's block that person real quick. Okay. Good point, good idea. Who was next? Spokane. CDA Spokane. All right. So this is, I think that's the last. Okay. After this one, we're gonna do one more. All right. All right. So I remember this. Video coming soon. Click to see products instead. All right. That makes more sense. Cool. So the products aren't coming up from last week. I saw this page. The products are coming up on hover, and now this makes more sense. Thank you so much for taking that advice. Now it's much more cleaner, and I understand. And now this information, I understand. This still doesn't look like a button, but if I hover over it, you have. I think this is new. If it wasn't new and I missed it last time, sorry, but. Now this makes it more interactive because it's like it highlights and it's like, okay, I think I can click on it. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, I like this, how you have the option to buy now. But if I'm not ready to buy now and I want to read more about it, I just click on it. Yep. Oh, nice. You move these. Makes more sense now. These are huge buttons, but it makes sense. It's for low vision, so great job. Proud of you, man. Good job. I like it. All right, let's last one, and we'll go back to the iPhone page, and yeah, this is by Chris Chow. What are you working on, Chris? And if you already put a link in the live chat room, I'll get to that at the end of the stream. But here we go. Aesthetics redesign. I like the background. Why are these crossed out? To me, it looks like these pages aren't ready yet. Cross out means redact or don't worry about it. So why is it crossed out? And yet this one isn't. So I'm guessing these don't work yet? I was correct. Okay, cool. So you'll be removing those strikeouts when they're ready. Got it. That interaction where that line moves, I like it. That's really cool. I haven't seen a site you... Ooh. Okay, you're playing with typography. I like it. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so hover out. Okay, so look what's happening. I'm trying to read the content on the bottom left. I can't even point to it with my mouse because if I leave the name Chris, I'm trying to read what's below the word passion for art, but I can't. So watch out for that. If I go to Danny, yeah, so Danny has more copy. I can't read more about him. But if I click, nothing happens. It's just a hover effect. Okay. You may want to find a different layout or find a way where people can hover and then scroll down somehow. Okay. Oh, and that's the end of the page. Okay, cool. It's a good start. I like it. It's very clean and big and bold and yeah, great job. What was that? Chris. Oh yeah, Chris. Good job. All right, so again, if you put your link, talk about it again in the end of the stream. Now, here's the thing. Here you guys. Here's the thing. We're going to get back to this. I want you guys to do me a favor. You can. Do me a favor. I want you guys to go on Twitter right now. And and link people to this YouTube. Link people to this YouTube live stream right now. And use the hashtag Webflow IX2. Do it now. Please. Let's get some eyes up in here. Because I've been holding back. And I was just fooling around with you guys. And showing you this mess with IX1. But you know what? No. We're going to go into IX2 right now. Get on Twitter. Get on Facebook. Whatever. Hashtag Webflow IX2. It is happening now. I'll give you guys a second. I'll give you guys a good 30 seconds. I'll take a swig because we're going to go into it. And it's going to be so much fun. You guys thought I wasn't going to do some awesome stuff. Oh, we're going to do awesome stuff. Let me check my Twitters real quick. Look for the hashtag. I'm going to hashtag it too. Where's my link? There we go. Webflow IX2 live now. Let's go. All right. You guys ready? Let's do this. What's IX2? What? All right, let's go to the interactions to Webflow. I'm going to go to the landing page real quick. Now, you guys have been seeing this teaser page for a very, very long time. I know. It was sometime last year or something. But again, what Webflow does is we create quality, not quantity. Because we want you guys to build some awesome stuff without Webflow being too hard to learn. We want you to learn something awesome and create make something even better. And so if you haven't joined the beta yet, go to this link. I'm going to put in the live chat room right now. All right. And after you join the beta, retweet your referral code. Okay. So that way you can get higher in the beta list. Soon, I can't give you a date. I wish I could. But soon, we're sending out beta invites in waves, okay? So we want to do it like 100. First wave is going to be like 100, and then it's going to be even more, like 200 or something like that. And it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing until our actual launch, all right? So the beta is coming. Send out this, retweet it. Let's go. I'm excited. I hope you guys are. Oh my gosh. So for the people who left already and are like, oh, they're not, it's just doing IX1. Nope. Let's do this. First thing we're going to do is, let's just delete all this mess right here. We don't need IX1. Come on now. That's not us. All right. Here we go. Ready? And special hotkey. Enabled IX2 beta feature. When you get your beta invite, you will see that. So, here we go. Let's review this. This is a scrolling interaction where the X zooms in as well as the video, the iPhone. So the iPhone comes at you, but then when it gets here, it pushes back. So it zooms in and then pushes back. And when it gets here, it scrolls up. You cannot do that with IX1. With IX2, you can. Let's go. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go collapse everything and go to my hero section. I'm going to go IX2 and let's set element events. Okay. So this one, scroll down here, scrolling in view, a continuous event. Okay. And oh, our CTO Bryant is in here too. Everyone say hi in the live chat room to Bryant. So scrolling in view, click on it, and I'm gonna do a new scroll action list. So here we go. What happens between 1 and 100%? So I'm gonna call this hero scroll. That's how we name our interactions now. Again, this is alpha still, so if a bug happens or something, we are working on it. We're still actively working on it, and it is something that we're very passionate about and want to get into your hands very soon. All right, so this hero scroll happens on this. Now look at this. We have a lightning bolt right here to indicate that this element has an interaction applied to it. All right. Now, let's go ahead and click on hero, no, not hero content. Okay. I'm going to click on the X. I'm going to go back to my interaction, go to my actions list, go back to my hero scroll. I'm going to add a scale. So what happens at 0%? At 0%, it's going to start off at one time scale, and then at 100%, we're going to go to something like 10, make it huge, all right? Actually, let's drag that real quick. Let's drag it like 60%, yeah? And let's go back to 1% and live preview. Let's turn it on and let's scroll. Let's fix that real quick. Let's put that to 20. There we go. And we're off to the races. This is what we've been waiting for, and man, so much potential. All right. All right, so it's zooms in like that. After it zooms in, what's next? We need to make that iPhone zoom in as well. So let's go back, click on iPhone wrapper, go back to my interactions action list, go back here, and let's add some scale to that. Okay, so the scale at 0 is going to be, what was it? I think it's 1 right now. And let's add another scale. And at the same time that X scales up, I want the iPhone to scale up as well, like 1.5. Like 1.2. Something like that. And now let's see what happens. Oh wait, no, sorry. This should be on 60. And this should be on 20. Let's see what happens. See how they both scale up? That's not good. I don't like that. 1 to 1.2. Alright, let's just mess around with this. Let me say 30. Hey, I said 30. There we go. And by here, say 37, it should, actually 34, we should be scaling again. So I'm going to scale again at 34. And it should be scaling to like 3.75. So let's go ahead and live preview that. Ooh, that happens fast though. I don't like that. How about like 50? Scroll. Hey, live preview. Come on now. Right there. So something like that. All right. And then we want it to move up, right? So say at, actually this should happen faster. Say 40, because the copy is coming in. So at 42, that copy comes in. So let's go 42. Am I still selected on iPhone wrapper? Yes, I am. And at 42, let's do a move. And this move will happen at 42%. And it starts out at 0% because it's origin. And I'm going to move it away. Let's try 60%. And I want it to go negative 100% when it gets to 60%. So let's go back to 20 and see what happens. Oh, dang! There you go. I did that, what, in like 5 minutes? But honestly, it did take me a while to learn without any guides or anything. I just went on it for probably like an hour or two over the weekend. But it starts to make sense. I know it's a whole different UI, something to get used to, but it is possible. Luke with the, oh my gosh. Yep. Yeah, it's not that hard. Will IX2 data be exportable? Yeah, it's JavaScript, right? It's so I think that's height right here is way too much. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick. This hero right here, that height, like 2,000. See what happens. We may have messed with stuff. Oh, and if you see here, there's a little green icon that has a lightning bolt. That also tells you if an element has a interaction. Yeah, I should have left it. Okay. I messed it up. Let's fix that. So some things I still need to refine, but the biggest part right here is that this is ready to go. So let's recap real quick that scrolling interaction. We have the hero selected. So this is while I'm scrolling in view of the hero, while it's scrolling in the hero, I'm having these divs, the X and the iPhone wrapper, scaling at different times based on the percentage of my scroll. And also, I have it moving at a certain percentage, and it goes away. So there you go. When is it coming out? Soon. Sign up for beta, and the more you tweet out your referral code, the higher you go into our beta list when we send out the invites. But yeah, guys. What else? What else do you guys want to do? Let's do those simple... Ooh, that X. I still see the X. Why? Is it scaling? Alright, so what I can do is scale the X, but also let's go ahead and... Oops. The X on the action list. Let's go ahead and set the opacity So at, let's say 99, it starts at opacity 100. Actually, no, it's kind of 61. And then opacity at 62%, it goes to 0. So it kind of fades out. The reason why I'm doing like this is because the hide, there's another thing you can do right here where you can do a hide show and do a display none, but that's not working right now. So again, this is alpha. So let's go ahead and live preview. There we go. Yeah, see, the opacity is still faint for some reason. Not sure why. But we don't see the X anymore overlaying on top of the other ones. So let's continue. How to get this referral code? Just go to the interactions landing page, join the beta, and you'll get a referral code. Okay. Let's do something simple, okay? Let's turn this off real quick. Turn that off. And let's go here. The simple thing where you fade in like I showed you in IX1. Alright. Go here, element events. And so what I can do is scroll into view. Okay? Scroll into view and a new timed action list. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. So here we go. The initial state, okay? This is what it looks like in the beginning. So this is, remember when we had initial appearance or something like that in IX1? Well, in IX2 we just call it initial state. And I don't want it 50 on the left. I want it 50 pushed down. Ah, that's too much. 25. Yeah, something subtle. And also, let's add opacity and set that to initial state as well. And set that to 0. All right. And then, let's see here, what else? I'm going to move. So for a duration of 0.5 seconds, I'm going to set that move to 0. So it's origin. And let's set the opacity, let's drag that in there, to 100%. All right, cool. And I think we can go here. Well, let's go ahead and see what it looks like. Go here, and there, it happened. And now if you want to see it actually happen in the preview, you can go here. And there we go. And you know what, let's do that to this as well. So I'm going to click on this and move this down as initial state as well. So no longer do I have to call out, hey, this element with this class name. No, I can just click on an element and add it to my list. All right, so I'm going to push this down by 25 and set that opacity as well to 0. And let's go ahead and move it again. And let's group that with that. This is 0. And let's go to opacity. Group that with that. And set that to 100. And let's press play. Okay, they're both happening at the same time. My bad. I can hold shift now and click multiple things. So these two, I don't want that to happen at 0, so I'm going to set the delay to say 0.25 just on these two, and it looks like this. And there we go. All right. And this one right here, this iPhone screen, let's create a new action list and do the same thing. When I scroll into view, I don't want to, oh, I forgot to rename this, but I'll just create a new one. And this one is just going to be called screen. Okay. And this one, actually screen, fade in. So just like I did before, I can do a move as its initial state and push that down to 25 and also set the opacity to 0, initial state, and then let's go ahead and move it to 0 and move the opacity to 100, but also group it with that one. Let's see what it looks like. And there we go. And you would just rinse and repeat for all of these, you know? I think the best thing to take away with this, from this little teaser, is that you can easily click on a different element and add it to the same action list. So we have action lists and events. And, yeah, like people are saying, like Vlad said, this is very alpha. We are still working out some bugs, and we want this quality feature to come out to you guys as fast as possible and as with less bugs as possible, because we know that some of you guys are going to get so excited and use it on production sites, but we don't want to break those. So stay patient. We are almost there, and that's why we're showing it to you right now. All right. Vlad says 1.0 you can live side by side, but we're still recent. Ah, okay. Yeah. All right. So, any questions on that? Can you still duplicate an action or event? Yeah, let's get some questions right now. First one, Mitchell's asking, can you duplicate an action or event? Yes, you can. Let's go to this one. This is a simple one. And right here, action list. Let me rename this real quick. Text fade in. Okay, there we go. I forgot how to do it. You can, right? You can. There's so many things I still need to learn in it. Let me see here. Oh, right here. Text fade in. Ah, there it goes. So in the action lists, that makes sense. So you have different actions and then you have events. So action lists you can rename or duplicate or delete right there. And here's another thing you guys have been asking for a long time. Ready? This one right here. This little cog, click it. This interaction happens on which breakpoint? Yeah. I'll just let that one sink in for you guys. Yeah, Andrew, I was just playing around with IX1, trying to fake it, but this was the real thing I really wanted to get with you guys, show you guys, because it's really dang amazing. Like, the team, the IX2 team at Webflow is just doing it big, so thank you guys so much. Yes, breakpoints with interactions is huge. Yeah, it's a small little UI, but it's a big deal. So, finally, yes, everything is coming into play. So we can't wait for you guys to check it out. We can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it, because we know that you guys will make some awesome stuff that'll just blow us away. And we want that to happen. And we want to make sure that there's no bugs when that happens. So hang tight. What other questions? No more teasing. Get me higher. Send out that referral link that you get on the landing page. All right. All right. Plot twist. Nelson pulling the mic, pulling the MC Dreamy mover. MC Dreamy? What? I don't know that rapper. How big is the team right now? The team is 40 people? Yeah. And so one thing that I saw, this one website, beargrylls.com is... Okay, Bear Grylls. So when you look at something like this now, and you visually break it down. So when I scroll, watch what happens. What? Why isn't anything happening? Oh, there it goes. So when you scroll, this website just looks simple now. Because just like the iPhone 10, you have an element zooming in. So this is just a very nicely cut out PNG of Bear Grylls standing on top of a mountain. And then you have a background photo zooming in as well at a slower pace. And at the same time, you have this red line scrolling down. Okay? And at the same time, you have a background... Well, you have those two elements and the word adventure going opacity 100 to 0. That then reveals a background looping video. We know how to do background videos. That's not anything hard. But this hero row is simple now. So challenge yourself to do that. Because we can do this already. Let's turn them back on. So if we can do this already, stuff like BearGrylls.com is not complicated. Let's go here, hero scroll. So yeah, zooming in, zooming out, moving up. Not that difficult. Yeah, check out that site here. I'll link it, BearGrylls.com. Yeah. Not too complicated when you have interactions too. Ever. Any other questions? Let's see here. Raven had to rewind. Breakpoint interactions. Wow. Yep. Yeah. Have a site here waiting for Interactions 2.0. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's... You guys are going to have so much fun with that. Video interactions that we need in 3.0. Already talking about 3? Whoa. Too fast. Alright. Still going to do that subnav. What's subnav? Let's go back to iPhone. Subnav? Talking about this right here? Oh, so it's all sticky. Oh, I didn't even practice that one. I just went straight for the content. I didn't do the nav in my practice sessions. So that's something I still have to look into. All right. Any other questions? So there we go. As you can see, it's still kind of buggy. I'm not sure why it stops at 18%. Could be my CSS or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, if I add like this, what would happen? Yeah, see, the X doesn't get all the way small. Yeah. I don't know if it's kind of some of the stuff I was running into when I was practicing. But, okay, let's see here. The main nav. Oops. Yeah. Let's see here. Will there be subnavs coming soon? I mean, you can make your own subnavs. Crusader's waiting. Are Interactions 2.0 going to be complicated to learn? As with everything new, we're always putting out videos and guides to help you understand Webflow more and more. So yes, we will be working on tutorials to help you understand Interactions 2.0 when it comes out in the public launch. But if you get into the beta, it's up to you to just go all out and click everything. It's, you know, just like learning video games without, just like learning Nintendo games back when there was like no instructions, you know? It's kind of like that. And you'll have fun learning, okay? Because each button is like something new to learn, like overriding elements. I still need to completely understand what this does, but you can do things. But not sure what the things are. And then there's still other element events like mouse click tap, mouse up, mouse down. Oh, sweet! So when you click and hold, you can do something. Oh, this mouse move. Oh, yeah. Let me show you that real quick. What do we want to do it on? Let's do it on. Let's just for fun do it. Let's do it on this for no reason. Screen wrapper. Okay. So on this, let's do a mouse move. So this is the thing where you can move your mouse around and then things happen. So mouse action list. So on the mouse X, what's gonna happen? It's say it moves 50 pixels to the left or something, 100%. And this one, it goes -50. On the mouse Y, it moves 50, and then no. 50 down, and then 50 up. And let's preview that. What? It can follow my mouse? Everett. And I've seen Waldo do some crazy stuff with this already, and oh boy. You guys, I really can't wait for you guys to come back to the workshops and say, hey Nelson, look what I built on IX2. And I'm gonna be like, how? Alright, let's turn that off. Mouse move. So yeah, it's that simple. Parameters. Is it on the viewport or the page? Mouse down, touch start, meaning you can create force touch interactions. Huh, I never thought of that. Maybe? I guess you can. Sorry for making your heart skip several beats. It's not me, it's the Webflow team. I don't know how they did it. They're magicians, wizards. Anything else? Let's see here. Element events. Mouse over. Let's see, page events. So this is cool. So just like we had in IX1, when the page starts loading or finishes loading. Oh, and this one's cool too. So when the mouse wheel is scrolling up, when the page is scrolling up, you can do a thing. When the mouse is scrolling down, you can do a thing on the page. Or you can do a page scroll, the whole page, and you're doing things. Will this example be visible after the workshop to view? Yes, but you won't be able to see the interactions to panel. It's still not ready for everyone to look at, but yeah, you won't be able to mess around with interactions too. Magical Webflow LOL. Magical Webflow team. Yeah, just like Vlad said, this video will be archived and on our Webflow workshops archive page. The UI and preview links will only be available once you get your beta access. Anything else? Yeah, Luke, exactly. Show nav on up scroll, hide it on down scroll. I love websites that do that. It's kind of like mobile browsers, like Chrome Mobile. When you scroll down, it means you're consuming the content on that page, so it hides the address location bar and any other UI. It hides it away from you, so you can be more immersed in your content. But when you scroll up, it's kind of like saying, hey, I'm looking for that location bar and other stuff. So you can also do that in Webflow soon. Let's see here. Anything else? Anything else I'm missing? Yeah. So one thing I was playing around with, let's see if I can get to it. So when I was playing around, I wonder if it's still here. I think it's still here. Ah, yeah. Something's wrong with the alignment of this, but let's see here. Let me do the mouse thing, mouse move, real quick. And this is gonna move, on the X, it's gonna move 50. Why is that there? Okay. And this should be negative 50. Hey, negative 50. But on the Y, it should be centered, but pushed down. And this one is centered and pushed up. I think that's right. How come it seems low? Oh. Yeah. Still not quite there. Yeah. But I've always wanted to make like Iron Man or some sort of Battle Zone, Halo type of thing. So I found that artwork on I think DeviantArt, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. This is the thing I need to play around with. So yeah. Nothing else matters now. Interactions 2.0 is life. Agreed. Let's turn that back on. There we go. And yeah. So there's your introduction, your little teaser. I wish I can give you all beta access right now. But again, as you can see, there's still some little things that we need to fix. So we're going to get to it. If you have any other questions, let me know in the live chat or tweet at me. Use the hashtag WebflowIX2. Yeah, and tweet at us at WebflowApp and let us know your question if you have anything about this. Have any questions about this? Emailing this video to my clients. I'm going on vacation until this is out. No more struggle with additional JS. Yep. And thanks again for Vlad and Bryant for being in the live chat room. They're answering some questions. So again, if you weren't part of the live chat room, you're missing some cool comments. Be here next time, Tuesday at 10 a.m. All right. If that's it, thank you guys so much for being here. Let's go through our usual closings. That was fun. We learned a lot about IX2. I kind of played around IX1. Just joking with you guys. But sign up for the beta. Google search Webflow Interactions 2 and sign up for the beta and send out your referral link so your friends can sign up as well and get you higher on that beta list when we send out the invites and waves. If you need any help, go to university. Why can't you go to university.webflow.com. Lots of cool tutorials there that can help you out with Webflow right now. And if you need any billing, account, or technical issues, or there's a bug or something, just click on the contact button at the top, which is right here. Okay, so Webflow University, click on the contact link at the top, fill out that form, and our support team will help you out as fast as possible. If you have any design or custom coding questions, please go to the community, join the community at forum.webflow.com, and we will help you out. There's a lot of people in the community that truly want to help this community grow. And so ask your question there. And do me a favor, if you get your question answered, please pass that favor forward and answer someone else's question so we can all grow together. This stream happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Join the live chat room on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram at Webflow app, or Facebook.com/Webflow. You can find me on Twitter at The Pixel Geek. Thank you guys so much for joining me this week. I hope to see you next week for some more cool, amazing stuff. Not sure what we're going to show you, but you know, it's always a surprise, right? So thank you for hanging out. I will see you next week. And as always, make the web beautiful. See ya.